A high net worth divorce is one that involves substantial assets, sometimes corporate structures, trust structures, and sometimes foreign elements to it as well. They require a careful assessment of the tax implications, so often will involve tax experts from outside the firm and financial experts as well. They require a tailored approach to each individual case, no size fits all, and so that's what we very carefully consider at all points. So one of the biggest issues in high net worth divorces is to identify the actual assets. That can be quite a difficult process involving a complex forensic inquiry. The other issue that very often happens in high net worth divorces is actual the valuation of those assets. They can be in complex structures. We can put teams together that deal with the actual valuation process. Crucially, in high net worth divorces, you very often have to distinguish between matrimonial assets and non-matrimonial assets. And that's a very key issue at the moment within the courts. In fact, at the moment, there's a Supreme Court judgment that we're eagerly awaiting, which provides some greater clarity on that point. Traditionally, litigation or the court process is how most divorces, not just high net worth divorces, have been resolved. But happily there's a big swing away from that kind of approach. There are lots of alternatives. We can go to court, and we often do go to court when it's needed. But there are probably better alternatives which keep the costs lower and the stress and anxiety within a family unit lower. One of those is arbitration, which effectively is a private judge. We would appoint on behalf of clients a suitable judge who has the necessary expertise and experience, and that whole process is much smoother, it's quicker, and you're guaranteed a high quality assessment of the legal issues. Another approach is through what's known as a private FDR, but essentially it's a settlement meeting with the parties and their legal teams with a private judge. Again, we approach the relevant person who has the experience and the expertise, and they will sit in on that meeting and they will give their guidance and their views on how the case will be settled if it proceeded to a final contested court hearing in the traditional sense. The final way of dealing with it is through a roundtable meeting, which doesn't involve a private judge. It involves the parties and their legal teams who have all got the consensus and the same approach to try and get the case settled without the cost and aggravation of going to court. Primary reason is that we're pure specialists. We're not a general law firm. We only deal in this area of law, and we have decades of experience in dealing with these particular types of issues. We've got award-winning individuals and teams that deal with all aspects of family law, in-house counsel, children lawyers, and specialist financial remedies lawyers. That makes us perfect for this sort of situation.